Well, good morning everybody. I'm getting ready to go fishing up on the Miramichi with a good friend of mine. Broke my rod and reel a couple weeks ago. Had to go out and pick up something. I wasn't going to spend a lot of money for this trip. I know you can get fly rods and reels and all that kind of stuff. You can spend thousands and thousands of dollars on it. I went to a local supply and I picked up basically one of the kits. Comes with the fly rod and the reel. I picked this one. I like it because it has a Pflueger reel. Pflueger's a pretty decent reel. I like using it. My other one's a Pflueger Medalist, my trout rod, but because I'm going after salmon I got a second rod, and it's always nice to have a spare too. Plus it's a little heavier. I'm using a 9-weight rod up in the Miramichi. So I wanted to show you when I got this reel. I was checking it out and stuff, took it all out. It came all with the line already on it. And the problem is when this is on the reel, on my rod, I like to reel right-handed. But when I got it, unfortunately, it was completely backwards and I had no idea how to set it up. So what I ended up doing was, you're going to have to strip all the line. I like to reel it forward, but it was basically designed that this is how it reeled in. You can notice that the drag's on. I've already changed it, but I'm going to show you how I did that. So now when I reel it in, I just go forward like this, and it's to my liking. I had to strip all the line off because if I had done this, tried to reel it in like this, I would have been putting line off as opposed to bringing it back on the reel. So first thing you need to do is, there's a little switch here, right here, and you need to take your spool off like that. So we'll set this part over here. Be careful when you take this off. This little piece here will fall out if it's pried enough, and you don't want to lose that. So we're going to set that aside for right now. So now we've got the spool. Like I said, I have already re-spooled it. But now if you're going to notice here on the back, you've got 2 screws and you've got a little pin right here. And this is how we change the direction of the reel, is with this pin. Because on the other side is another pin. And depending on which pin is out, it will show you the direction of how your retrieval is going to work. And I'll show you that right now. So I'm just going to grab a screwdriver. So we're going to start by removing these screws. Now you want to be careful. This is a pretty fine thread. You don't want to lose the screw and you don't want to strip it, because that'll be the end of your reel. I like to keep my finger on this plate so there's no surprises. When you take it off, it doesn't go fly off and then you can't remember how it went on and how it came off. So you might have to do some figuring out after that. So take the second screw out. Right now it's on right hand retrieve. Like I said, I had to take all the line off and re-spool it to my liking. There's the second screw. Alright, so now you can see we got this plate. Want to make sure you notice that this little pin's out, because that's the right hand. If yours is the opposite and the wrong, you're going to want to cover the pin that's open. So as you can see, I'm going to lift this off, and there's the second pin. So I want this pin open because that's one I like, but if I wanted to change it, find the right setting where they will line up. And one pin will be covered and the other one will be open. That would be the right setting right there to change the retrieval. Then I would just put my screws back in the hole and the retrieval's been changed. Now it's a left hand. So if I wanted to leave it like that, I would have to take all my line back off the spool and re-spool it the other way. And there, I'm back to right hand. So I'm going to put the screws back in. Be careful not to strip them. Another good idea to do too here, like I said, is to take a picture. Cell phones today and things like that. Take a picture of the setup before you take it apart. That way there, if you get lost, you can always go back and start from where it was. So anyway, that's pretty much it, basically. I'm going to pop it back on. Making sure I'm watching my line. Put the spool back on. You don't want to get it caught up in here because that can be a pain in the butt. There we go. The way you check that is test it by tightening your drag. Your drag's affected, so you know you're in the right. You're reeling the way you like, and it's coming back in. So there you go. Hope it was a help.